Tell me more about that.
Yeah, that's the life of a parent, right? You have some good advice, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, got to revise that. So my son can be a bit of a knucklehead, and I told him, like, look, Tyson, the right thing to do is pretty much always obvious. It might be hard, but it's obvious. So you just have to do the right thing. And in my head, I'm like, okay, cool, nailed it, right? Good dad moment. But then I realized a couple of days later that he had a test coming up, and my son happens to have ADHD. And if he goes in there thinking, okay, the right thing to do is to grind through this test, not to raise my hand and say I'm having trouble or things like that, that's not good advice, right? It's actually hurting him. So what I said to myself was like, okay, like that alone is not going to be a good enough test, right? For him or for anybody. So I came up with what I call the hard or wrong test, right? Some things really are hard, right? Him walking into a test unprepared when he has ADHD is hard, right? So for him to not do that and have trouble makes sense. Other things are just wrong, like him pretending to be sick that day and staying home from school because they don't want to take the test. That is wrong, right? So when things are hard, we have to figure out how to make them easier or take them off our plate. And in this case, the right approach was accommodation, just raising his hand and saying, hey, look, I need extra time for the test. And as a result, getting his accommodation. So I think often when we meet some kind of challenge in our life, that internal friction, we're like, oh, this feels uncomfortable, I should stop, right? That's what I think biology teaches you, right? If you are in fear, if you feel like you're in danger, give up. Unfortunately, biology does not have discernment. And as a result of that, we quit things that are hard or just challenging at times before doing some kind of diagnostic to see if it's a good idea or not.